Hey everyone, how you doing? Sammy here, and I'm so glad that you've decided to join me for today's chair yoga practice. We're going to move into some beautiful shapes today, and at the end of our session, we'll spend some time relaxing in Shavasana. Now we're going to need a few props besides the obvious, a chair, okay? We want this to be nice and sturdy and feel comfortable as well, okay? Preferably something without arms so we can move around on our chair. Okay, we're also going to need a strap or something to hold on to. Now, these poses that we do, we don't have to do them with straps, but if you have one and you'd like to follow me along with this video, doing with straps, things that you could use instead of a yoga strap would be things like baggage straps, or anything that feels firm and has got a bit of length, okay? I'm also using bricks today, or yoga blocks, just to give me a little bit of height, bring that earth up towards me. And again, you don't have to have these props, these yoga props. Things that would be a really nice replacement would be things like books, a folded up firm blanket or beach towel would be a really great thing to pop underneath your feet just to allow you a sense of groundedness, okay? Well, that's enough talking for now. I think it would be lovely to start moving our bodies. So I'll pop that down. It's quite warm here in Melbourne. It's been warm on and off all week, so make sure that you have some water as well. I'll be taking little sips during my practice because it's quite toasty here today. Sitting comfortably, we'll start moving from the head down. Now, there's no rules with mobility. We just really want to move the joints and get the muscles a little bit warmed up, particularly if you've been sitting in one spot for a while, okay? So if you want to follow along with me, I'm going to make circles with my head. We can make these as big or as little as our body needs today. And changing direction when you're ready. And then other neck movements you could do is nodding the head up and down, maybe shaking it left to right. Bring the ear to one shoulder and then the other. So yeah, lots of variations to move the neck. We're going to move on to the shoulders now. So popping our palms out in front, fingertips resting on top, and we're going to make those circles. Now, if your fingers aren't touching your shoulders, don't stress, okay? We just want a little bit of a movement for the shoulders. So you could let the arms go and just roll the shoulders. Perfect option. And we'll reverse it. See if that feels any different. Lovely. From here, we'll get some circling for the elbows, maybe get the wrists incorporated as well. Wiggle the fingers and change direction. Lovely. Let's get a bit of movement for the trunk. Maybe some gentle side bends to open up the side of our body. It's just nice and steady and easy. And then we'll do a few soft twists, gently looking over the shoulder, nothing too crazy. And then maybe some cat-cows to bring some curving and flexing of the spine, okay? So sweep the arms forward, tuck the hips and chin, and then we can sweep the arms back, shine the belly and chest through. We'll do a couple more of them, making that C shape with the spine, forward and back. That feels pretty good actually. All right, so from here, let's move down a little further to the hip joints. Lifting up a leg, we can just move the knee up and down towards our body. If you'd like to incorporate some circling for the hips, maybe you could even hold the leg up with the hands just behind the knee, change the direction. And then while the leg's up, maybe some straightening and bending of the knee, get the kneecap warmed up. And then maybe do the same for the ankle. Sounds like a good idea. Circling, flexing, pointing, wiggling toes. Then we'll come over to the other side. So you don't need to spend, hips first. You don't need to spend a lot of time doing your mobility. It really depends how long you've been standing or sitting still. So making those circles. If you've just come from, say, a walk or swimming or something, some activity where you've moved most of your body parts, you'll be fine to just jump in and do this practice. We're going to straighten and bend the knees, do that a few times, and then do the same for the ankle. You can circle the knee as well. Just be mindful that if you do that and you experience any pain, just stop what you're doing. Just bending and straightening is enough to warm up. Lovely. Right, we're going to actually begin our practice with a little bit of a yoga flow called a vinyasa flow, okay? Or what they call sun salutation, Surya Namaskara, okay? I'm going to offer guidance with the breath. Inhale here, exhale there. But if this isn't landing with you today, just let it go and breathe your natural breath. We want to remain breathing, not holding our breath, okay? When we're in an upright position, we don't want to be stiff in the spine, just a comfortable uprightness, and feel grounded in our seat. So those bony protrusions in our bottom, the sit bones, we want them to feel nice and secure on our chair. Keep our feet grounded to the floor. This is where props come in handy. So those books or blankets, if you feel that you're really striving to reach the floor with your feet, because obviously different chair heights, you know, in terms of leg length, use those props, pop them underneath your feet, okay? Well, that feels better already. Alrighty, so from here, we're actually going to start with our hands at our heart space. Let's take a few breaths to actually check into our body and see how it feels after it's been warmed up, okay? We can begin to notice how the joints feel, if they're feeling a little bit stiff or sore. Maybe a bit of gentle movement might help to bring some warmth and movement to ease the discomfort. Notice the breath moving in and out of the body without any effort. You may like to soften the gaze or shut the eyes. And just bring your awareness to the breath moving through your beautiful bodies. Letting go of anything that's not serving you mentally, emotionally. Just let it float away with every exhale breath. This is your time for some self-care and some loving kindness. Beautiful. When you're ready, gently open the eyes or widen the gaze, and we're going to start with our sun salutation. So from here, on the next inhale, with the palms together, we're going to reach up above us, big stretch, and on the exhale, we're going to bend to the left. We'll take an extra breath here. Now we want to keep that right bottom cheek grounded, so we're not going to tip over. On your next inhale, we're going to reach up to the center again and exhale over to the right. And take an extra breath here. Maybe notice if it feels different on this side. Inhale to reach up. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the hands to the heart space. One more inhale to find length through the body. So as we inhale, think about pushing the feet gently into the floor, and then exhale, bring the hands down into Tandasana or mountain pose. All right, so this is where we're going to get a little flowy. We're going to inhale into chair pose, okay? Now the arms can come out extended in front of you, or you can bring your hands to heart space, wherever you prefer, okay? So still pressing through those feet. You can lift your bottom off the chair with this as well and just kind of hover over the top of that chair seat. On the exhale, we're coming into forward fold. So we're going to let the arms relax. We're folding at the hip. Allow the body to melt forward. Now some options here is resting the forearms on the knees. We can even cup our forehead so we've got some support for the head, or let the arms dangle. If you have a pillow or bolster, you can put it between your belly and your legs and kind of fold over that. We want to find some length in the back of the neck. So taking an extra breath here so we can really feel this pose. And then if you've got glaucoma or blood pressure issues, having that head above the heart is preferred. On the inhale, we're going to come up for half lift. So we can have our hands on our shins or our knees, or even those blocks, we can hang on to those blocks as well. Now we're going to come into another forward fold on the exhale. So let that spine melt around. Let the head dangle so we've got some length in the back of the neck. And then on the inhale, we can start to come up back to our Utkatasana, our chair pose with those hand options. and then exhale back into Tandasana or mountain pose. Beautiful. All right, so from here, we're going to pick up our strap and do a couple of poses with our strap. And like I said, you can use luggage straps or old tie or anything that's got a bit of length that feels sturdy, okay? So from here, we're going to probably be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Also, be mindful, if you are using a yoga strap, these little buckles can be really cheeky little fellas. As we move the strap above our head, just watch it doesn't swing and hit you in the head. All right. Up the top here, we've got a nice strong spine. We're feeling grounded through the feet, so pushing those feet into the ground. Nice open chest. When you're ready, on your exhale, we're going to come into cactus arms. So we're bending the elbows and coming about halfway, all right? Even so, the sort of strap or whatever you're using is kind of hovering in front of the forehead. Now, if that means adjusting the width between the hands, that's totally okay, all right? So thinking about pulling that strap apart, we're going to draw the shoulder blades a little bit together, not too strongly here, and everything feels switched on. Feet are driving through the floor. We're pulling that strap in half like we want to break it in half. Now on your inhale, we're going to find length in the body, and on the exhale, we're going to start to turn the body towards the right. So we're looking over our right shoulder. So take an extra breath here, still pulling that strap. Inhale to find length, and then exhale to center. Now we're going to do the same to the other side. Inhale, turn and exhale, and take an extra breath here. Okay, so just noticing where you're feeling this. I'm definitely feeling this in the arms. Inhale to find length and push through the floor, and then exhale, come to center. Now we're going to add a bit of a side bend. So inhale to find length, still switching the body on, and exhale, we're going to bend towards the right. So we'll make sure that left bottom cheek's nice and firm on the chair. And then we'll inhale, come up to center, and exhale, bend to the left. That's it, one more breath. Inhale to come to center, and then exhale, let the arms rest. Beautiful, okay? We're going to do that one more time, but we might add a little bit of an arm stretch with this one as well, okay? So grab your strap. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, reach up really tall as we can, and then exhale, come into that cactus arms. Ooh, a bit low there. And then inhale to find length in the body, push the feet through the floor. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, bend to the left. And inhale, come to center, stretch all the way up, give our arms a stretch. Exhale, come back into cactus. Inhale, finding length in the body, and then we're going to twist. Exhale to the right, keep the knees pointed forward. Inhale to find length. Exhale, come to the center. Last one, inhale. And now we're going to turn to the left, look over the left shoulder, keep those legs switched on, arms switched on. And then we're going to inhale, come to center, stretch the arms all the way up, and then exhale, come to rest. Wonderful. Give your arms a little bit of a shake. Grab a drink if you want to. I will. It's pretty warm here where I live in Melbourne. We've had some lovely warm weather. All right. Keep yourself hydrated. Lovely. So we're going to use these straps on our feet now, okay? And again, you don't have to use the strap. I'm going to show you a non-strap version as well. We're going to be focusing on finding length through the back of the leg, and we'll do 1 foot at a time, okay? So from here, picking up the left leg, we're going to pop the strap around the arch of the left foot. And we want to feel that we're really secure on our chair, so make any adjustments for that. We're going to hold the strap in both arms, or you can hold it in one, it really doesn't matter. And keep a softness in the knee, okay? We don't want to kind of hyperextend the knee and jam it into place. So keep a little bit of softness here, okay? So we've got that nice support. So from here, we're going to do a forward fold, a single-legged forward fold. On your inhale, find length in the body. Relax the elbows down by your side, nice open chest. And then on the exhale, we're gonna fold forward, okay? Now we're keeping our back fairly straight here for a breath. And then after your next inhale, exhale, we're gonna allow the spine to soften and roll the spine forward, okay? We can find length in the back of the neck, maybe tucking the chin slightly. And then just noticing how this feels, if it feels any different from when we folded forward with a straight back, okay? Now with your strap, if you don't want to use a strap, you can just pop your leg on the floor and do exactly the same thing, okay? So you can kind of make a little bit of a brick tower or blanket tower and do exactly the same thing, okay? Sans the strap. Beautiful. All right, so let's hold that for one more breath. And then on your next inhale, we're gonna half lift to find length in the spine. And then exhale, come all the way up to sitting. But we're still keeping it around that left foot. We're gonna add a twist to this one. So popping the straps in your right hand, inhale, find length, and that left foot, that right foot is grounded on the floor or brick or whatever you're using. And then on the exhale, we're going to turn to the left. We'll take an extra breath here. So our hips are still pointed forward. We're just rotating to the left. Inhale to find length in the body. And then exhale, come to center. Now we'll swap hands. We'll put the strap in the left hand. Inhale for length, pushing down with that foot. Exhale, turn to the right. And take an extra breath here. Beautiful. Inhale for length, and then exhale, come to center. Beautiful. Slowly bring the leg down, take the strap out. You can give it a bit of a shimmy shake, and we're going to go to the other side. So I'm going to use a brick for my left foot, and I'll pop this one out of the way. So with or without the strap, we're going to prop the foot. All right. And we've got our forward fold. So our hips are forward, feeling nice and steady with the ankle under the knee on the foot that's on the floor. Inhale to find length. Exhale, we're going to come into a fold, but our back's still fairly straight with this one. A little tuck of the chin. Inhale with our half lift, and then exhale, allow some softness in the spine. Just relax the elbows by your side. Shine the crown of your head forward. And then just check in and see if this side feels any different to the left-hand side. Taking a couple more breaths here. Keeping that softness in the... And then on your next inhale, we're going to half lift, so finding length in that spine, coming up halfway. And then exhale, come all the way up to seated. Now we'll pop the strap in our left hand. Inhale, finding length in the body, and then on the exhale, we're looking towards the right. So we can soften the gaze, pull the right big toes towards us. So the right leg's active, but we can keep the gaze soft, the jaw soft. Focus on that breath. And then after your next inhale, we're going to exhale, come back to center. Swap hands, so pop the strap in your right hand, inhale, and then turn around to the left. And take a few breaths here in this rotation. Okay. Beautiful, smooth, steady, even breaths. Lovely. Inhale to find length in the body, pushing that left foot into the floor. And then exhale, come to center, lower the leg down, give that one a little bit of a shimmy shake if it needs it. And then we're all done with our strap, okay? Beautiful. So we've got a couple more poses to go. Well, actually one more pose to go with a few movements, and then we're gonna come into our Shavasana. So we're coming into a low lunge or Anjani Asana. We'll need to turn side on to our chair, okay? I'm gonna be sort of having my leg parallel to the front of my chair. Add any props that will help you feel nice and stable. I've got my brick, so I've got my brick underneath my left foot. a little bit of adjustment, and I think it's a little bit low, so I might grab my book out of the bookshelf, okay, and use that as an extra prop. So you don't have to have bricks, you can have whatever's handy, okay? And I'm sure the author will appreciate my efforts. Okay, we want to feel nice and stable and connected to wherever we've got our hands, feet, bottom, wherever, okay? So from here, I'm facing towards my left leg and my right knee's under my right hip, and the ball of my right foot's rested on the floor, okay? Take the time to make adjustments. It's very rare that you can get into a pose from the first get-go, okay? It does take a little bit of fluffing and adjusting about, and that's okay because yoga's messy, all right? It's not supposed to be perfect. It's about the journey. What we're trying to do here is get a little bit of a stretch in that front hip, okay? So what we can do is we can set this knee a little bit behind the hip as much as it feels comfortable for us to do this, okay? If you're finding that it's just really, really tight and the knee straight under the hips doing the stretch for you, that's fine. But if you want to like go a little bit further and do little micro adjustments, you can kind of set that back a little bit further. And then the other option with this is actually having no knee support and straightening that back leg out, maybe resting on the ball of the right foot, or if you want the foot down, angling out the right foot. So there's a few feet options here. I kind of like knee support with mine. Beautiful. So we're facing our left leg. We've got a nice upright spine, okay, making any adjustments. Let's put our hands to heart space. Think about pressing the left foot and into the ground, the right knee, the right ball of the foot, or wherever you've placed your right foot, okay? From here, we're gonna add a little mini back bend to this one. So we're gonna inhale, bring the arms up, or you can keep them at the chest, that's okay. And then on the exhale, we're going to do a little bit of a back bend, as much as you feel like a stretch. So we're keeping the lower back long and strong, and we're arching the upper middle back and shining the heart upwards, kind of like if you're in a room towards the cornice of your room, okay? So just hold that for one more breath. And then on your exhale, we're gonna bring the hands to heart space. Lovely. Let's add a twist to this one. So inhale, finding length, pushing through those feet and knees or whatever you've got your feet set up. And then on the exhale, we're going to turn to the right. Now you can keep your hands at heart space, or you can extend them out as well, okay? Let's take an extra breath here. Keep those legs switched on. Inhale, find length in the body. Exhale, back to heart space. And the last little bit of movement we're going to do here is a bit of a side bend, okay? We're going to go sideways. So we can put our left hand on the back of the chair. We're going to inhale, lift up the right hand, and we're tilting at the waist. So we still want to keep our hips nice and still, okay? And keep the knee fixed in front of our hips. And we're going to bend towards the left. Maybe a bit of a push with your left hand against the back of the chair so you're not sort of sagging into that left hip. Taking a couple more breaths here. Maybe you like to look underneath your arm or wherever feels comfortable. And then inhale, coming up to an upright position, and then exhale, coming down. Beautiful. Now we're going to do a little bit of a 180. Change it over. Move that there, move that there. All right. It always takes a little bit more getting organized on the other side because you gotta kind of adjust this, and it feels a bit weird on the other side. So I'm sure I've got my chair set up a bit different for this side, but that's all right. Like I said, yoga is messy. Now, it doesn't matter what adjustments you've made, you just want to make sure that you feel nice and steady in your position, okay? So we've got our right leg forward in line with our right hip. We've got our left knee under our hip, or like I said, you've got that option of extending the leg, being on the ball of your foot. So we're trying to find some length in the front of that left hip, okay? So there's a few options there. So when you're ready, we're going to push through those feet or knees or whatever your position is. Hands to heart space, nice open chest, connect with the breath, finding length in the body. Smooth, steady, and even breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to add that little mini back bend. So inhale, hands at heart space or up in the air. And then exhale, doing that little back bend, okay? So long spine at your lower back and that soft curvature in the upper middle back. Beautiful. On your next exhale, we're going to float the hands down to heart space and add our twist. So inhale to find length in the body, keep those legs switched on. Exhale, turn to the left. Stretch the arms. It feels nicer on this side. I must have more mobility on this side, I think. Inhale to find length. On the exhale, hands to heart space. And then we're doing our little side bend. Now, I think I'm facing differently with my chair this time, probably why I feel better with my movement, but that's okay. So from the inhale, we're going to lift up the left arm into the air. Keep our hips in line with our knees. Exhale, bending over to the right. So we're opening up the left side of our rib cage. And again, just looking wherever feels good for your neck. Keeping those legs switched on. Lovely. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, float the arm, bring our body into line, and then exhale, float that arm down. Wonderful. Well, we're going to take some time for rest and to reap the rewards of our practice. Okay? You have the option of doing Shavasana. You don't have to do it, but I definitely encourage it. It's really a nice way to get our body back to kind of a steady state, particularly if you've done a vigorous practice. So just allow us to reap the benefits of our movement that we've done today, as well as just to settle the breath, the heart, the mind, okay? So your Shavasana can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be in the chair that you've been doing yoga in. You can do it on your bed or on the floor, wherever feels good. I'm actually going to grab my bolster. I kind of like something to hold on to when I'm in Shavasana. Okay. We're going to spend about a minute or so here just to check in, relax, and yeah, enjoy. All right, so let's take some comfortable letting go breaths just to release any muscle tension and allow our bodies to relax. So taking a nice gentle breath in with your eyes shut or a soft gaze or looking down, and then gently exhale the breath. Allow that body to melt. Inhale. Exhale and release. And then you can take another 1 or 2 of these breaths, or how many you need, or just come into your comfortable breath, your normal breath. And then let's be still and silent for a minute. And then when you're ready, gently begin to awaken the body. You may like to wiggle fingers and toes, or if you have a stretch that you enjoy doing, maybe a deeper breath, whatever you need to do to bring some movement back to your amazing bodies. And then we're all done. So thank you so much again for joining me today. It's been such a pleasure doing this practice with you. I so enjoy doing chair yoga. And then, yeah, anytime that you want to see more of these, please leave some feedback. I know they are something that you don't see very often on YouTube, but it's always nice to, you know, practice yoga in different ways and shapes and forms. So yeah, until then, I will see you next time, and have a really lovely day or evening whenever you're doing your practice, and take care and see you later. Bye.